like to call the meeting to order and welcome everyone.
Adequate, good evening. This meeting is being held in accordance with the scheduled meeting adopted at the organizational meeting held on January 6, 2025. Adequate notice of this regular meeting of the Kenilworth Board of Education has been provided to the Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger, the local source on January 16, 2025. A copy has been filed with the Kenilworth Borough Clerk, posted in the board office, the Kenilworth Borough Hall, Brewerling and Harding Schools, as is provided by the Open Public Meetings Act.
Thank you, Mr. Ganella. Can we please rise and have the salute to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Ganella, can we please have roll call?
Spiner.
Here.
Crincoli.
Here.
David. Ferrara.
Here.
Haberthur. Here. Herdina. Ladati.
Here.
Panici.
Here.
Zimmerman.
Here.
We have quorum.
Okay, thank you. At this time, we will now have the receiving of the minutes and committee notes of the secretary from November 10th, 2025, the Personnel Committee meeting notes, and November 10th, 2025, the regular meeting minute notes. Can I please have a motion?
Motion.
Second. Motion made by Mr. Haberthur, seconded by Mr. Ferrera. All those in favor of accepting the receiving of the minutes and the committee notes of the secretary, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Motion's carried. Reading and acceptance of the monthly correspondence. Mr. Ganella, do we have any monthly correspondence?
Yes, we have two items. We have a handwritten note of appreciation from the Mancino family to the board following the passing of their father, Mr. Livio Mancino, a former Board of Education member. And we have an email from myself to all board members regarding the certification of election results 2025.
Okay, thank you. Can I please have a motion to accept the monthly correspondence?
So moved.
Second? Second. Motion made by Mr. Ferrera, seconded by Dr. Concoli. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Motion carried. Thank you very much. We will now move on to the superintendent's reports and presentations. Superintendent Davies.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Panici. It's a pleasure tonight because we have two middle school students here, as well as Ms. Pavlicek, their principal. We are in our fourth month of our new construction. Our new middle school is humming along wonderfully, and we thought it would be a nice opportunity to highlight what's been going on in some of our science labs. As you know, because of the support of the community, the support of the referendum, we were able to build our new high school science labs on the first floor, which then freed up our former high school science labs to be middle school science labs. So our middle school students are able to enjoy high school level science equipment and rooms. So Ms. Pavlicek, if you could please stand and introduce your students. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having us tonight. Like Mr. Davies said, I'm very excited to highlight our two students, Alessia and Amiro, to share a little bit about some things happening in 8th grade science. You guys can come up. You can come up too. So Alessia is going to share a little bit about what's happening in the Scholars Academy Science class with Mr. Hernandez and talk about our first ever Scholars Academy Science Fair that will be taking place in March. And Amiro is going to share and give a little demonstration for an experiment that they did in science class that he enjoyed and did very well at. So I'm going to start with Alessia.
Good evening. In 8th grade science today, we do a lot of modeling through the engineering design process. We learn about a topic, we build a model, test it, assess it, and rebuild and retest. My favorite model so far was the supply drop. So this is where we had to build a cargo shell for shipment, and our task was to safely deliver the cargo. But we had to follow a few criteria, including maximizing shell condition, minimizing cost, and durability. My group was successful because we had to keep the cost low and balance everything out, making a few trade-offs. But in the end, we were successful and we delivered the cargo safely. And also this year, the 7th and 8th grade academy classes are holding a science fair in March where we are making different proposals and show and tell. And me and my partner are testing the rate of solubility of sugar in sweet tea, and we are presenting this based on the temperature. So as you can see, like the 7th and 8th grade academy science classes are holding a few experiments and are having fun and hands-on activities with them. So can't wait to see what's next. Thank you.
Thank you.
And next you're going to hear from Amiro.
Very similar to the supply drop, we also did an egg drop model, which actually introduced the supply drop. In my group's egg drop model, we made this. This is a recreation of our original model. So we were tasked to keep an egg safe in a drop from the top of the bleachers, and we only had to use the supplies given to us, which were coffee filters, packing peanuts, steel wool, straws, strings, plastic bags, plastic cups, and tape. My group of 3 decided we needed a good shell with padding, which included steel wool and packing peanuts. We taped it shut and then worked on the supports on the bottom. We decided to make legs out of straws, which were durable and flexible to absorb the impact. We made 3 legs and connected those legs with even more straws, so they wouldn't bend too much. Then the parachutes was the hardest part. We knew it would have to be very strong to support the weight, so we needed a good design. My group used prior knowledge about what we call like reverse thrusters to design a parachute that uses the same concept. Reverse thrusters work in a way where the airflow goes through the thrusters and out the other way to exert a opposite force. So we decided to have 2 parachutes, one with a hole in it, to redirect the flow of air and make it even better. When we tested this on the bleachers, it slowly descended and landed. Mr. Hernandez said it was amazing, and that's why we're here.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Alicia and Amiro. If you could please just stand for another moment. Ms. Pavlicek has a certificate of appreciation for your excellence, as well as a little gift bag to thank you for coming out tonight. And if we could just do a quick picture with your principal in front of the background.
Are the third graders listening to this? Because they do that egg
Yes,
drop,
they do the
right?
egg drop too from the 3rd grade windows.
Every year. Ours made it. I love that day. It's great. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you both again very much for being here, for presenting to us. It's great to see some of the wonderful science work that's going on in our middle school science labs. It's great to see 2 students with the articulation and poise to be able to stand in front of the Board of Education. So thank you so much for coming out tonight. And Ms. Pavlicek, thank you for presenting your students. Thank you very much. Next, we're going to move on to our student representative of the board, and I am pleased to be able to introduce you to Katie Lima. And I just wanted to take a moment. Katie is our newly elected student council president for David Brearley. And if you look in the board agenda, she is under resolution number 8. And for Katie's pleasure, I'm going to just read her board motion. It says, be it resolved that in accordance with Kenilworth Board of Education bylaw number 0143.2, high school student representation to the Board of Education, the Board of Education appoints Katie Lima as the student representative to the Board of Education for the 25-26 school year. So that'll be voted on in just a few minutes, Katie. In the meantime, if you could please stand up and give your first student liaison report. Katie.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Katie Lima. I'm a senior here at Brearley, and I've lived in Kenilworth basically my whole life. I'm truly honored to be here tonight and thankful for the opportunity to speak as my class's newly elected student body president. I want to thank my classmates for their support and the board for giving me a chance to represent my students and my friends. I'm excited to get started and share tonight's updates. So first we have Powder Puff, which was on November 19th. It was an all-girls interclass tournament where the juniors had won. We then had interclass games where the Spanish club hosted a table offering cultural treats and seatings. Seniors won the overall tournament based on combined points across games. And we also had a fundraiser where students could pay $1 for a raffle ticket to buy a teacher. It's really fun and it raised a lot of money, funny enough. We had our PTO vendor fair, which was on December 6th, where we had local vendors local vendors sell homemade goods, crafts, and more. And we also had Santa there to meet and greet all the families and kids. The robotics team placed first out of 25 teams on December 7th tournament and is currently ranked second in the Northeast Edge League, where there's 41 teams total competing. So it's pretty high stakes. Our esports team has officially entered our playoffs, and the David Braley Theater had their annual show Puffs on December 5th and 6th. It was a strong turnout for both nights, and students volunteered to sell tickets at the door. The sophomores are currently doing a fundraiser where they're selling Braley-themed lanyards for $10 each to raise money for their class. And Be Nice Company had a new product drop today in collaboration with Miss Parente's kindergarten class. The student-led nonprofit brand turned 5 years old, and this brand is used to uplift our community and does really great work amongst Burley. Bears That Care also is having a canned food drive where students can donate goods to the main office. And some things to look forward to are winter sports that started on December 1st, such as track, basketball, wrestling, and cheer. And we can also look forward to the winter concert, which is scheduled for December 17th, where dance, choir, and band will all perform. Thank you so much for your time, guys. I'm so grateful for this.
Thank you, Katie. Do any board members have any questions for Katie
I
before?
have a question. Who got pied?
So it was Miss Branca, Mr. Pitt, it was Miss Logan,
Wow,
and Miss Quintero.
That's
So
fun.
it was hard to convince them. It really was. We were like, it's for a good cause. So it was fun.
Congratulations.
$20.
You want to pie me?
It's offered $20 or
This is your last meeting, isn't it?
how much is 20?
Thank you, Katie. Appreciate it. At this point, if any students wanted to take an exit, you're welcome to leave. You're also welcome to stay. But thank you so much again to our middle school students for presenting, and thank you, Katie. I want to move on and take a moment. Mr. Ferrer provided a nice little. What's that? Oh, separate.
Yeah.
It's your chance to
It's your
receive.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I want to do. Yeah, I want to do it.
Or you could be here till 10.
No, no worries.
I'm only kidding. You'll be fine.
So I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the service of Mr. John Ferreira, our Board of Education member for the past 3 years. This is indeed Mr. Ferreira's last and final meeting, and I want to thank him for dedicating countless hours of meetings, reading tons of agendas and reports over the years, and giving up his own family time to serve the families of Kenilworth. I always think it's important to remind everyone that these 9 board members are all volunteers. All of this is volunteer work. There's no payment involved, and it's just a lot of dedication to the success of our schools. And Mr. Ferreira has been a wonderful member of our Board of Education for these 3 years. He's been a supporter of our school system, our teachers and students, myself, and he has worked very hard to make sure that we are always providing the best opportunities for our kids, and we're creating an excellent school district. So, Mr. Ferreira, I want to thank you for your service and congratulate you for everything you've done. We do have a small gift to you, which we will present after the meeting. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Mr. Ganella.
Yes. Been a couple months since I've had the opportunity to update you on the facilities projects and the referendum. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to jump back in, considering the Finance Committee met earlier today to review some potential projects and review the status of some of the existing projects. So I'd like to get right into it. So keeping with our funding sources, something that we've tried to accomplish this whole entire time, was maintaining various sources of funding to do these projects, not only the referendum, but some restricted state aid with earmarked towards site improvements, bond interest proceeds, and as also the current operating budget. And the key constraint to all these additional projects has been to not create an additional new tax impact on the community. So all these projects are being funded for various sources that will not additionally impact the community. The tennis pickleball courts, we talked about that this evening, and we're going to be proceeding with this project, which will create our existing 4 courts and convert 2 of them into 6 pickleball courts. But this is not just doing that conversion. This is a full renovation of that space, including new fencing. We're looked at the proposal from our engineer, and we'd like to proceed with that. Ward Field, we talked about upgrading the lighting. The current lights are in excess of 20 years old and quite expensive to operate. And also they're starting to fail. So every time and they're not easy to replace. It's not like you could just go out there and screw a light bulb in. So at some point we're going to be needing to do that. So we thought this would be a good opportunity to use some of the funding that we have to upgrade those to new LED systems. The contractor is coming out this week to do an analysis of our current system to determine which systems can be done and what the capability of it is, but we're looking to do that project. The Harding School playground expansion continues. We're looking at a boulder project out there, which will include 3 boulders, and that should be a lot of fun, I think, for the kids. I've seen these on other playgrounds, and they get a lot of use. And then included in the site improvement project will be additional sidewalks around the Harding Playground, fencing at the Brearley Transformer and Chiller on Monroe Avenue to isolate that, a fence to isolate the kitchen loading dock area, fencing for the back parking lot with 2 new gates at Brearley. Harding School Playground, not really anything other than to try to prevent students from driving their bikes onto the new playground and damaging the surface. The back of Harding's parking lot, and then we're looking at a baseball netting along the third base line to prevent foul balls from going out into the street and into neighbors' front yards. Other projects we're considering, 2 of which actually are on this evening's agenda, are the middle school multi-purpose room audio-visual audio system, which will have the capability of having a projector as well as an audio system, which will allow the middle school to do staff meetings as well as grade level meetings as well as small assemblies in there. So that'll be a nice addition to that. And then the blue light lockdown system for the addition. Several areas needed. That's a system that allows us to know when the building is in lockdown. It's usually generally used for areas that are noisy, and people might not hear the announcement over the loudspeaker. So this flashing strobe blue light will definitely be an indicator that we are in a lockdown. So some of the projects that we're looking for, actually that should say 2026 referendum, that's correct. Projects are the early childhood education program, taking 2 classrooms over at Harding School and converting them to allow for in-class bathrooms. That will alleviate the need for aides to escort students outside of the classroom to the bathrooms. Will allow the students just go right in the toilet facilities that are within the confines of the classroom. So that will be 2 classrooms at Harding School on the 2nd floor. That will give us 4 full day pre-K classrooms capable with those capabilities at Harding School. The other upgrade that we're looking at is the fire alarm system here at Brearley. It is relatively old. It is creating some false alarms and some troubles, which increases our maintenance costs, as well as operationally it's not that great. So we're looking at to replace that system as well. That would be probably either a summer or a nighttime situation. And then as far as the status of the referendum project, the field improvements are completely closed out. We're moving very quickly to close out the HVAC upgrades. We expect to close out documentations within the next couple weeks and hope to close out that and have final payment sometime in January. The project addition and renovations, we're still battling a couple of issues with that. The elevator is expected to be installed in April. The sunshades are expected to be installed in February. We're still working with the contract to alleviate some of the issues out on the soccer field. We're still going through some of the punch list items, and we're looking for an extension of the TCO to allow us. You need the TCO because we don't have the elevator. So we'll have to extend that at least until April. Just some upgrades that since the last time we met. This is the new middle school multi-purpose room. You can see here, this is the curtain between the two sides of the gym. That space has really been transformed. It's nothing what it looked like a year ago. That dark, dingy back gym is now a nice, bright multi-purpose room for the middle school. And then just last week, they finally put in the bleachers where students can assemble in the morning, and you use those for grade level meetings and things like that. So here are the project lists in their entirety of what we're looking at doing and some of the costs associated with that. Once again, the costs are coming from Fund 12, which is that $750,000 grant or state aid that we received, and referendum projects. Okay, and just a nice little picture of our site. Anyone have any questions? Yes, sir.
For the lights, is there any, I know still in that phase, I think I asked this a couple, maybe last meeting or the one prior, about adding solar panels. To subsidize some of that power.
Yeah.
And then maybe like add a battery so at night they can.
Yeah, they're going to. That's one of the things that they're going to take a look at. There's a couple of things that they need to analyze to determine which system we could go with. But that is one of the things that I asked them to take a look at.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Yes.
So you mentioned that I think not the last meeting, maybe the one before, that the funding for this is specifically allocated for these projects, and it couldn't be used for other things. Am I correct in
The
saying that?
$750,000. Correct.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Site improvement. It had to be site improvements.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ganella. A few other points from my perspective. As you heard from Mr. Ganella, the plans are to redo those preschool classrooms. Just a reminder to the community that we are opening 2 preschool classrooms in January, which I think is a huge benefit to the community. So I want to thank the board for their support of that, and thank Mr. Ganella as well as the Harding team for being able to make that happen. It is odd to have preschool classrooms opening up in January, but we were on the timeline for the state, so that's why it's happening now. And I'm really proud that we were able to commit to that as a district for the good of our youngsters. Also, we had our 3rd and final strategic planning meeting last week, and I want to thank everyone who was able to come to that from the public. We had a good number of voices contributing to our vision for the next 5 years. So we came up with 3 goal areas. One is community engagement. The other is student learning, achievement, and equity. And the third is school culture, climate, health, and wellness. So those are our 3 goal areas. And my role with the leadership team next is to take those specific goal areas and create action plans. We'll be working on that over the next month and a half or so. And then in early 2026, there'll be a presentation to the board regarding those action plans based on the community input for our goal areas. And then we'll be rolling out those action plans and goal areas to the community as well. So again, just thank you to all the voices that contributed to our strategic planning. Sounds like we have a good, strong vision for our future, and I look forward to designing those action plans and then seeing them to fruition over those 5 years. Also, I just want to add my own kudos to the robotics team and to echo what Katie said in her report. Just to think about that, the David Brearley bots came in first place out of 26 teams, other high school teams. So our robotics team is first out of those 26 teams, and we're number 2 in our league of 41 teams. So I just want to echo what Katie said about the strength of our robotics team. I think that says a lot for our small school. Also, just a congratulations from me as superintendent to the cast and crew of the high school drama Puffs. I was here on Friday night. It was a great show, and I'm also looking forward to the Harding Winter Concert this coming Wednesday at 6:30, and also the high school and middle school winter concert and dance performance next Wednesday, the 17th. So a lot of great holiday cheer happening here on campus, so I hope people can come out and enjoy those events. One other update I just wanted to report out regarding our Brearley High School principal search. We posted for the full-time position last Monday, a week ago. We already have a good number of applications coming in for the full-time position. The plan is, and I'll have a more formal plan to the Personnel Committee soon and the full board, but the general plan is after the holidays, we will be really ramping up our search. We're going to be surveying the community, teachers, parents, students. We'll be forming some committees of stakeholder groups, do a full, thorough search for Brearley High School's next leader. In the meantime, you'll see in resolution number 14 is a recommendation to approve an interim principal. Mr. Luciani was here last year on an interim basis. He served while Ms. Pavlicek was out on leave. He stepped in twice actually last year to fill the role of assistant principal. He served the students, the staff, and the school community very well. Mr. Luciani brought consistent and stable leadership, and I believe he will do the same again during this time of transition. So you'll see him recommended for approval under resolution number 14. I think he'll do a very good job in this time of transition for these few months while we await the next high school principal. The HIB report is in your packets. There were 5 investigations in the month of November. 3 were at the middle school, 2 were at the high school. All 5 of those HIB reports lended themselves to confirmed HIB. Various consequences were given out as a result of those situations. I'm going to give you a moment to take a look at the HIB report as I always do. So you can ask any questions if you have any. Also, while you're looking through your packet, you'll see that there's the November discipline report, as well as the enrollment report and the residency report.
There seemed to be a consistent theme in these recent reports.
Yeah, so
how are we addressing that?
I'm glad you brought that up. So one of the district priorities that I mentioned, we had 3 district priorities at the beginning of the school year that I outlined. One is student attendance, the second is homework, and the third is interpersonal behaviors. And what we're seeing is continued concern in that area, whether it's students using inappropriate language towards each other or racially charged language towards each other. We're continuing to see that. We actively combat against that in our Harding lessons, the SOAR program, our peer advisors, and our middle school lessons. We talk about it at grade level assemblies. We are combating it. It is difficult to combat when many things, in my opinion, have become very normalized in social media and TikTok videos and such. So we are battling that like many other school districts.
Yeah.
There's just more prevalence and acceptance, but yet at school, it is not acceptable here. I am not happy about an uptick in HIVs, but I always look at this as students continue to report these things, and we continue to address them through appropriate discipline, consequences, and then counseling. So just know, I want the public to know that we continue to field these reports, which means that our students believe that things get done
Right.
when they come forward.
So, and I think you just said it, but when the victims are part of these, or a result of these racially charged instances, we're offering them counseling too, right?
Yes.
Just-
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. Yes. Thank you for those questions. If there are no other questions about the HIV report, I just want to wish all of our families in Kenilworth a wonderful, beautiful holiday season. It's a hectic time, but a wonderful time, so I hope everyone has a great holiday season, and we won't see each other until January, so happy holidays. Thank you, Dr. Panici.
Thank you. No questions about HIV? Okay. Thank you very much. We will now move on to report of committees, review of resolutions, and board discussion. Up first, Mr. Ladati.
Before we jump into that, we have to discuss the calendar for next year.
Right.
Sure.
So you all have the draft schedule of meetings for next year. This will be one of the first things we do when we return on January 5th at the organization meeting, is adopting this calendar. So tonight would be an opportunity if you want to adjust anything on it without having to have that discussion on the fly that evening. It's essentially a very similar calendar to what we've had in the past, one meeting a month. Where we've deviated is we have changed the timing of the July meeting and eliminated one of the 2 August meetings. So we've, the summer months are really an effort to get us in a good position that we're fully staffed in September. So we feel that by having the meeting on the June 24th, which is the night of graduation, which is twofold, enables us to fill any positions that we might have interviewed between the June 8th meeting and the June 24th meeting, as well as the possibility that there might be some type of graduation appeal. And this allows us to hold that discussion that evening. Then having a very quick turnaround to that second Monday of July, we felt was unnecessary. So we pushed the July meeting to the third week of July and eliminated the first meeting in August and went with that second meeting in August, which we traditionally have. So that's the deviation from the current pattern. So if anyone has any questions or discussion about that, now would be a great time to have it.
Looks good to me.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we'll proceed with report of committees, review of resolutions, and board discussion. First, finance, facilities, and negotiations, Mr. Ladati.
Okay, thank you. The administrators are currently working on their departmental submissions for the 2026-2027 budget. Mr. Ganella is updating the Excel program in preparation for the January submission deadline. The leadership team is scheduled to meet on December 11th to specifically discuss staffing needs. As an outlook, as previously stated, our 26-27 budget will be extremely challenging due to the district's restrictive 2% budget cap, potential losses in state aid, reliance on free balance funds to offset increasing programmatic demands. Mr. Davies, Mr. Ganella met last week with the county executive superintendent for the district's mid-year budget review. That all went well. What I was told from Mr. Ganella, this district, it's getting cold out. The district is fully prepared for the winter weather. All equipment is confirmed to be in working condition, and the staff are ready to maintain the high standard of service that we've always had here. As Mr. Ganella went over everything from the committee meeting tonight, the committee met early. We focused on that $750,000 state aid, reviewed the current facilities and referendum projects. We discussed the budget concerns for next year. And we reviewed also some residency verification process, which we may put into play, but we could discuss that later. when we kind of finalize that. As to resolutions, I reviewed all the financial resolutions. All of them are in order. I found no outliers. 6, I'm just going to hit a few of these. 6 are field trips. 1 is to the Met, 1 is to Kane, and 1 is to Anne Frank Museum. 7 are payments to the contractors. I reviewed each payment. All appeared to line up with the work performed. 8 is Katie Lima's appointment to the board resolution. Congratulations again. 9 is the meeting schedule for November 12th, 26. 10 are contract awards, as Mr. Ganella said in his report, for fire and safety in the middle school audio programs and video programs. And 11 is basically a canceled check that we're just turning back into the school. And that's all I have on the finances. As for negotiations, I just want to thank John. I know you were part of the negotiations team, and it's not an easy thing to be on. You know, you're always there for us, always asking really good questions, and had some good insight and really helped us get this year's negotiations done and done quickly and fairly. So thanks. I mean, it's a pain in the butt coming to those extra meetings. I know that. So thank you.
I second that.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And that's all I have.
No questions? Okay. We'll now move on to personnel management. Mr. Haberfield.
There are 8 resolutions tonight. Resolutions 12 and 13 are the acceptance of resignations. Resolution 14 is the aforementioned Mr. Luciani as the David Brearley High School interim principal. Resolution 15 is a leave replacement. Resolution 16 are 25-26 school year stipend positions. Resolution 17 are 25-26 school year paraprofessional and lunch aides. Resolution 18 are student teachers. Resolution 19 is the approval of substitute staff. And that is it.
Questions for Mr. Haberfield? Thank you. Okay, we'll now move on to curriculum instruction. Mr. Ferrara.
Good evening. Resolution 20 is just the HIP report for October of 2025. And that's it.
Anyone have questions? No? Okay. Thank you so much. We will now move on to old business. Is there any old business? Under old business, I would like to mention, as I do all meeting, to please continue to read our website, look for updates, email, streamline your communication, and look at all our social medias for information. And if you need it, please reach out to the appropriate administrators in the building to get your information so that it's the correct information. This time, anyone else under old business? New business? I want to just mention one thing that I think is important, and it's on the horizon. At the New Jersey Educational Services Commission, we adopted a plan regarding insurance plans for the staff. In the upcoming year, the premiums for staff members are going to go up 30 to 40%. A lot of boards are talking and thinking about it now. So that is going to be something that the Finance and Facilities Committee is going to have to work on, and it's something that's pertinent right now. So it's something that the Finance and Facilities Committee members can look into. I shared with Mr. Ganella, the Commission approved something that public school boards can't do, but it was another option with one of the insurance carriers to try to reduce those number of premiums. So that's something that every school board is facing, and the more money that we have to pay, it could impact the budget. So it's just something to think about, because you'll hear about it again in the upcoming months when Finance and Facilities is planning. Anything that,
No,
yeah.
are they just gonna base it on our number of claims put in? Is it gonna be individual school,
Well-
or just for that state fund?
Union County Ed Services is in the state employee health benefits.
Okay,
So.
we just get lumped in with
Which is on a
everybody.
different cycle, right, it's a
Okay.
different program, so they're on a
Right.
different cycle, they're January
Okay.
to December.
But all the
or July.
plans are changing.
Yeah.
So it's something that the board will talk about in the future, but I just wanted to mention it because it was the biggest part of our commission meeting, and it was something that
Yeah,
will be
it's
upcoming.
been an issue every time we've had those issues with healthcare
Yeah.
and the increases. It really,
And that was the
Hurts
updated
us.
report from the commission when we met in November. That was the most pressing issue that they
looking
discussed.
forward to that.
Okay. Anyone else under new business?
Just to piggyback off that, I know on the way out, but I do have a lot of insight on that, so I would probably just reach out to one of you guys and give you what my notes, because I am for the fire department more well versed on that. So I could definitely help you with that.
Thank you.
I just want to be clear, we're not in the state health benefits plan though, so
No.
we're not subject to the increases that those districts are currently facing. Not to say that our renewals come July, which we'll know around budget time, aren't going to be significant, but I don't anticipate them to be in the state employee health benefits ranges, so.
Yeah.
Don't want to send out that big of a fear.
Yeah, no,
to
so it's not,
anyone.
it's just those issues come up and just bringing it to the attention of everyone.
10, 15, you know,
Yes.
a 10, 12% raise in our health coverage does to our budget.
Yep. And that was part of the commission report there, it is different,
Yeah.
but it's something that school boards are talking about with a lot of the finance and facilities things that are
All
coming
right,
up. So I
well-
wanted to mention in case it comes up in the future.
If I'm on the finance committee next year, we'll work it out.
Thanks. Okay, anyone else? Okay, we'll now make a motion to open up the meeting to the public. Is there a motion to open up the meeting to the public?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Pereira, seconded by Dr. Concoli. All those in favor of opening up the meeting to the public?
Aye.
Please say aye. Opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried. Mr. Ganella?
Public comment will now be accepted. The Board of Education sets a limit for the public to speak at a Board of Education meeting to 5 minutes per person unless prior permission has been granted by the Board of Education for extended time pursuant to BOE Bylaw 0167. Please be reminded that while members of the public may speak on personnel matters during public comment, the Board of Education is legally prohibited from discussing individual personnel issues in public session unless the employee at issue has requested a public discussion. The board's role is to set policy and ensure the effective operation of our schools, while personnel recommendations are the exclusive responsibility of the superintendent of schools. The board reviews and acts on those recommendations in accordance with state law and district policy, but does not initiate or manage individual staffing decisions.
Anyone like to make a comment at this time? Please step up to the podium. Yeah, we did motion to open up the meeting. I said yes and second, and then Vincent read it.
Somebody left their.
Oh, you guys are talking.
Hi, everyone. Tony Giordano Paserno, council liaison to the board, but also, of course, a resident of Kenilworth. And Katie, I am so impressed on how not just you delivered your presentation and introduced yourself, but that you chose to stay and hear the rest of the meeting. I think that speaks volumes to what's happening here in Kenilworth at the Kenilworth Board of Education, all the different schools. And I originally was just going to come and say happy holidays to everybody. And I know, unfortunately, it is somewhat of a thankless job because I hear mostly negative comments on my end in council meetings. And if ever you would like to come up and speak to the council or highlight anything that's going on, even if it isn't just the high school, let me know. And we, of course, you come and speak at open session, but anything in particular, we would love to have you come up so everyone could appreciate what's going on at our Kenilworth schools. And I want to say thank you to all of you. I know how difficult it is to juggle your personal life and to be present for not just these meetings monthly, but all the other meetings surrounding it. And you see a lot of negative comments, unfortunately, on Facebook. And I just think it's cowardly. And when you talk about an increase in negative behavior, if it doesn't start at home, the children don't know, they don't know what is inappropriate and what isn't. So if there was a way to engage the parents to say, hey, this is going on, maybe we all need to look at ourselves when we're driving the kids to school or having coffee or chatting on the phone and the kids are overhearing comments and conversations and they carry it into the school maybe the respective children of those people. But I definitely feel parental responsibility should be called to task. And then we could work on having better human beings as our children. And I know that's how I model my family. And I take it very personally when either my kids who are now adults with children and my grandchildren carry themselves. So I think teachers can only do so much. And it's really very difficult. And I want to say thank you, happy holidays, and if there's anything I could do on my level on council, I am here and open to any suggestion, and you're always welcome. We meet twice a month, 6:30 our meetings start, so you ever want my information is all on our website. So thank you all.
6 o'clock.
Thank you.
Is there any other public that would like to comment at this time? No? Okay. If not, can I have a motion to close, please?
So moved.
Second. Motion made by Mr. Ferrera, seconded by Dr. Concoli. All those in favor of closing the meeting to the public, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Motion carried. The meeting is now closed to the public. Mr. Ganella, are we ready to vote on roll call resolutions?
Yes, we have 20 resolutions on this evening's agenda. Do any need to be voted on separately?
Are we having any discussion regarding number 14 in executive session at all, or no?
Wasn't planning on it.
No? In that case, I'd vote on 14 separately.
14 separately, okay. Okay. Any others need to be voted on separately? Okay, this is resolutions 1 through 20, excluding number 14 on the agenda. Biner?
Yes.
Crincoli?
Yes.
Ferrara?
Yes.
Haberthur?
Yes.
Ladati?
Yes.
Zimmerman?
I'm sorry, this was on all but 14?
All but
Yes.
14, yes.
Yes.
And Panici?
Yes.
Motion's carry. This is for resolution number 14 on the agenda. Biner?
Yes.
Crincoli?
Yes.
Ferrara?
Yes.
Haberthur?
Yes.
Ladati? Zimmerman?
Abstain.
And Panici?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a need to go into closed executive session?
Yes.
Okay, can I please have a motion to go into closed executive session?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Ferrera, seconded by Dr. Concoli. All those in favor of going into closed executive session, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Motion carried. Mr. Ganella?
Be it resolved, the Board of Education meet in private session, which the public shall be excluded to discuss topics of personnel, which private discussion is being held pursuant to Section 7B and 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act. The matters under discussion will be disclosed to the public as soon as final decisions are made and voted upon.
Okay.
Biner?
Yes.
Crincoli?
Yes.
Farrar?
Yes.
Haberthur?
Yes.
Ladati? Zimmerman? Panici?
Yes.
Okay, we're in closed session.
Okay.
Thank you.
you.